She has been one of the most desired women on the planet for 60 years. Warren Beatty pursued her. Gene Simmons introduced her to his mother. Richard Gere was linked to her name. And a Norwegian billionaire flew across the ocean just to be in her presence. But in 2026, at 81 years old, Diana Ross has made a choice about romance that is turning out to be the most quietly powerful decision of her extraordinary private life. And it says everything about who she has become. Diana Ross was born on March 26, 1944, in Detroit, Michigan, the second of 6 children whose birth certificate misspelled her name from the intended Diane to Diana. A small clerical accident that somehow feels completely right for a woman who has spent her entire life defying every expectation placed on her. She grew up in the Brewster Douglas housing projects with a neighbor named Smokey Robinson, a mother who contracted tuberculosis when Diana was just 7, and a voice that announced itself to the world before she was old enough to understand what it meant to own something that rare. The love life that followed her rise to fame reads like a who's who of the most compelling men of the 20th century. Her relationship with Motown founder Berry Gordy, her mentor, her champion, 15 years her senior, produced her eldest daughter Rhonda in 1971, a deeply private truth she eventually shared with Rhonda at age 13. She married music executive Robert Ellis Silberstein while pregnant with Rhonda, a man who raised the child as his own without hesitation. Gene Simmons of Kiss introduced her to his mother. Richard Gere was linked to her name. Warren Beatty pursued her openly. And in 1986 she married Norwegian shipping billionaire Arne Næss Jr., the most enduring romantic chapter of her life, producing 2 sons before their 2000 divorce. Næss died in a mountaineering accident in 2004. A loss she has never fully spoken about. And never fully needed to. In 2026, Diana Ross is not romantically linked to anyone. And that is not a sad sentence. It is a triumphant one. She swims daily to stay flexible. She eats carefully, though she freely admits to a devoted relationship with Häagen-Dazs ice cream. She holidays by the ocean with her 5 children and grandchildren whenever possible. She appeared at the 67th Annual Grammy Awards in February 2025 looking absolutely regal. She headlined New Year's Eve celebrations in Times Square as 2026 arrived, proving once more that a voice built in Detroit 60 years ago still fills every room it enters. Her net worth sits at a verified $250 million. Every note of it earned. And here is the hidden layer most people miss entirely. Diana Ross was portrayed by Kat Graham in the 2025 Michael Jackson biopic Michael, reigniting the conversation about her profound, complicated bond with the king of pop, who called her his mother, his lover, and the woman he hoped to marry one day. Smokey Robinson confirmed in 2023 that they had a brief affair during their youth, an admission that surprised almost everyone except the people who had always read their chemistry correctly. And the character of Dina Jones in Dreamgirls, both on Broadway and on screen, was directly inspired by her story. Diana Ross has never needed to tell her own story. Because the entire culture has been telling it for her. 2 marriages. A billionaire. A rock legend. One of the most celebrated artists in history. And in 2026, Diana Ross has decided that her grandchildren, her ocean holidays, and her ice cream are romance enough. After a lifetime of being pursued by the world's most extraordinary men, she has finally chosen the one relationship that never disappoints. The one with herself. And somehow that is the most Diana Ross ending imaginable.